Welcome to the Steel City. Is everybody ready to go? Let's proclaim the greatest radio show.
Welcome, fans, to our Week 2 Fantasy Edition of The Spread. I'm your host, Jim Sella, here with the fantasy guru, J Dash. Dash, your fantasy team won last week. My fantasy team lost last week. Does that mean you're awesome and I'm garbage?
Not really. I actually don't mind losing early in the season because you get first whack at waivers.
I got all 4 of my waiver claims.
There you go. So now you're good to go.
Ball. Let's start it off here. We're going to keep rolling with the new format this year, taking all fan questions for our episodes of The Spread. So fans, hit us up at bet_the_spread. Hit me up at betjimtowin. Check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/betthespread. Get your questions in there. Get your questions in the comment section of any of our fantasy episodes. You come across any of them, throw a comment in. Tell us what week you need it answered for. We got your back. All right, Dash, so let's get it started here. Brandon Holland asks, so is Hunter Henry going to be invisible until Gates gets his record, or what? What record is Gates chasing?
I have no clue what record Gates is chasing.
I think it's the catches, maybe all time for a tight end, but I don't know because Tony Gonzalez is pretty high up there.
Yeah, well, like I said, the Chargers are starting Gates. I said this before the season, but I do like Hunter Henry more. I'd have to believe Gates isn't going to stay healthy all season, so I'm not getting rid of Hunter Henry this quick. I'm actually not even worried about what happened in week 1 this week. It was an odd week. It's the first game of the season. A lot of things change after the first week, so I'm not overreacting anyway about what happened this past week with any player, really.
Joe Alexander wants to know, should I start Brady versus the Saints or Carr versus the Jets?
Man, Brady didn't look that good last week, did he? I would
He
say
looked like crap.
Yeah, I'm still going to go with Tom Brady, I believe. I'd have to believe he has a bounce-back week versus the Saints, who Sam Bradford threw for over 300 yards and had 3 touchdowns against him. So I'm going Tom Brady.
Yeah, when you make Sam Bradford look like Joe Montana, it's pretty hard to argue against that. But Derek Carr against the Jets are garbage. So
Yeah,
I
mean, Derek Carr's going to be who I'm starting. I mean, that's my quarterback. I have Andrew Luck as my backup, so I'm waiting on him. So I'm going to be starting Carr. But if I had Brady, I think I'd go with him.
Mike DeLong wants to know, am I crazy for considering dropping Minnesota's defense to pick up Jacksonville's defense?
Yeah, I think so. Minnesota's defense played pretty well against New Orleans' offense, and they're supposed to be a high-powered offense. I'm not saying Jacksonville's defense is a beat or anything, but I think I'm sticking with Minnesota. I know they have a tough matchup this week as well going into Pittsburgh, but I'm going to stick with Minnesota's defense there for sure.
Yeah, I think Jacksonville's defense, one game, you're not going to sell me on them one game. And Minnesota had a pretty good defense most of last year, so I'm going to take Minnesota over Jacksonville until Jacksonville can do it over a sustained period.
Yeah, like I said, man, you got to throw away what happened in week 1. If somebody can do 2, 3, 4 weeks in a row, then you start thinking about it.
Mike asks, for my running back 2 in a PPR, Lamar Miller versus the Bengals or C.J. Anderson versus the Cowboys?
C.J. Anderson versus the Cowboys. He looked pretty good last week, and Dallas may be the better defense out of the two, but I still believe C.J. Anderson's going to have the better week. They got to have some kind of offense this week. Trevor Siemian ain't that great, obviously. So I'm going to say C.J. Anderson has another decent week ahead of him here.
I'm not really big on either one of these guys, quite honestly, but I'm really down on C.J. Anderson. And the Bengals look like crap against Baltimore, so I'm going to go Lamar Miller just because I hate the Bengals.
Well, I've never been sold on Lamar Miller, man, and I didn't like what he did last season. I think they had like the 8th best run game in the league, but really, Lamar Miller wasn't a fantasy stud or anything.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's great. I don't know. I hate C.J. Anderson. He's like the running back version of Russell Wilson for me.
All right.
He's a beat. I don't remember who asked this question because I screenshotted it and I cut his name off, but this guy wants to know if he should trade T.Y. Hilton and Tevin Coleman for Devontae Freeman.
Yeah, I want Devontae Freeman in that deal. If you can get Freeman, I'm definitely making that deal.
Yeah, I don't even understand why you would trade Freeman for that. It makes no sense to me. You're basically trading him for Hilton straight up because it's not like Coleman's going to get many points.
Well,
I mean, he's not beat, but he's not going to get you. You know what I mean?
oh, it's definitely a downgrade taking Coleman from Freeman. Freeman's the guy you want there. But Coleman, he has his weeks as well, but he's more inconsistent to me. Freeman is one of the more consistent running backs in the game right now, so I'm going with him. And T.Y. Hilton, I know you're down on him because they had Tolzien starting. I think they're actually starting Jacoby Brissett this week. I'm not sure about that yet, though. I think that offense is going to get a little bit better, though. T.Y. Hilton's going to be a good receiver, so that's why the guy's giving up Freeman. He obviously needs a receiver, and he's seen T.Y. Hilton had a down week. Maybe he can go get him before he blows up.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Brissett's better than Tolzien, but I don't want anybody on the Colts offense really right now. I picked up that running back, Mack, put him on my bench for a while just in case, but I don't really expect anything to come out of it. I just had a spot. I mean, it was either Kenny Britt or a guy that might actually do something. Or actually, I think I might have dropped Allen Robinson for him. I don't know.
Yeah,
Either way,
he's
probably not going to do anything, and I'll drop him. Dude's beat.
All right, what else?
Is Terrell Williams of the Chargers someone good to pick up? I have the first choice on our waiver wire, and he's there.
Well, with no comparison to who else is out there, sure, why not, man? I mean, he's not a total bummer or anything, so if that's a guy you like, go pick him up.
If you had the first waiver wire, would you waste it on a guy like him?
Well, I don't know. Is he in a 10-team league? Is he in a 12, 14? I don't know what kind of league he in. I mean, that guy might be one of the better players on waivers right now, so sure, I'd have to see what else is out there.
I don't know. He's got a profile picture of two kids in some leaves that looks like it was the fall. So that's about all the information I got for you.
Well, then I say don't pick him up.
Dudes beat. Would you trade away A.J. Green for LaShawn McCoy and Tyreek Hill in a PPR league?
Absolutely. I want Tyreek Hill. I mean, I think that guy can put up wide receiver number 1 numbers, and you're getting a stud running back in return as well, so I'm definitely taking that deal.
Yeah, please believe. Why would you want to trade McCoy and Hill for A.J. Green, especially the way Andy Dalton played?
Yeah, but Green still played well, considering they put up no points. Dalton looked like crap. A.J. Green still got double digits, so that's promising.
George Montgomery wants to know if he should drop Brandon Marshall for Chris Hogan, brother.
No, I think
He's in a PPR league.
I still think I'm going with Brandon Marshall at this point. He's the better player. Well, again, you can't go by what happened in 1 week, and not like Chris Hogan did much for the Patriots either. So I'm sticking with Brandon Marshall right now. Let it play out a few weeks. You probably spent a pretty good pick on that. It couldn't have been a 14th round pick.
Clipper Man needs to know Jason Witten or Greg Olsen. He also has Kelvin Benjamin starting at wide receiver. He's in a standard league.
I'm going Greg Olsen every time. I mean, I don't care if you have Benjamin or not. Benjamin didn't look too great last week, but I'm going Greg Olsen every time. He's one of the top tight ends in the league. Jason Witten's a backup to me.
A1 Sweet put out a public service announcement, Dash. He said, please do not go out and blow all your waiver number priorities on CJ2K. He was cut in the preseason, couldn't even win the backup job. Dude's beat. Do you agree?
Well, I don't know, man. What is it? Kerwin Williams right now they're thinking is going to be the starter.
They announced it. He's the starter.
Yeah, I think if they bring in Chris Johnson, I think Kerwin Williams for a week or two maybe, but if they bring back Chris Johnson, I think he would work his way back. In fact, I think they might keep looking as well. Is D'Angelo Williams still out there?
Please believe.
Hey, go pick him up, and then that's a guy you want to go pick up for sure. I know you picked up Kerwin Williams, man. I think that'll work out for a week or two maybe, but I don't see that working over the course of the season. I don't think he is that much of a beast. He's no David Johnson, I tell you that.
No, I'm hoping he blows up for 1 or 2 weeks, and then I can trade him for even like a wide receiver 2 or something, like anything. You know what I mean? Because he was basically just a nothing pickup.
Right. I think they have Andre Ellington out there as well. I'm staying away from that backfield. But if you're in a deep league, I mean, go pick up Kerwin Williams right now, and then we'll see. But what I like to do in week 1 is everybody likes to waste their waiver picks, and then they go down in waivers, and I'll just sit back and everybody they drop, I'll look at a guy I like out of what's been dropped already because people overreact, and I'll be higher on waivers so I can go claim one of those guys.
I got waiver claim in on Corey Davis, so don't be poaching him from me.
Oh, too late, bro.
Bastard. Should you start Kareem Hunt over LaShawn McCoy?
Let me see here. The Chiefs are going up against the Eagles. Buffalo is going up against Carolina. I mean, Kareem Hunt looked good. I think it was week 1, though, man. The New England Patriots did not look like their normal selves defensively. Although I do think Kareem Hunt's going to be a pretty good running back, and I think he's going to be able to last and remain the starter out there all season. I'm still going McCoy at this point, though. I think McCoy at Carolina, he can go out there and get it done.
I think a lot of people see it as Kansas City running backs. I mean, they usually do good. I mean, Charkantrick West has had some good fantasy games. Spencer Ware's had some. Obviously, Jamal Charles. I mean, what the hell was that? Larry Johnson. Remember when he was having beast years out there, and then he just fell off the map?
Christian Okoye.
Yeah. So I think people are really just kind of hoping that. And I'm not saying Hunt's not good also, you know what I mean? But I think people see it as, they can usually pump out yards even from a guy who's a nobody.
Yeah, so, I like playing both. Try to find a way to get both in your lineup, to tell you the truth.
Believe it.
All right, man, wrap it up. That's it.
All right, that's it. That ends the fantasy episode for the week. Fans, just like I said, get your questions in. Get them in early. Hit us up on Twitter at bet_the_spread. Hit me up on Twitter at betjimtowin. Check out the Facebook page at facebook.com/betthespread. Send us a direct message there. Hit us up on YouTube. Click any of our fantasy segments. Questions in any of them, man. Send them there. Tell us what week you need it answered for. Show us your whole team. We'll run your whole fantasy team for you for $1 million.
Believe it.